Hey everybody, it's Les Joan, and today I wanted to officially announce on YouTube my Camp NaNo July 2020 project I will be working on for the month of July and probably some of August as well. Wow, August is coming up super quick. Oh, didn't expect that. And now I am finally ready to announce that for my Camp NaNoWriMo July 2020 project, I will be... Hold up. Let's rewind. In order to understand why I'm doing this project right now, I need to take it back in time for a second. So in July of 2013, when I was going the summer after 8th grade going into 9th grade, I participated in my first Camp NaNoWriMo 7 years ago. And I had an idea for a story and I was kind of but not really writing it, and I knew how it was going to start, I knew how it was going to end, and I didn't really know anything about the middle or what was going to happen. But in July of 2013, I took the month of July and I wrote this book. I wrote the first draft and finally had a finished draft by the end of the month. Mind you, it was terrible. It was all over the place. Things happened that wouldn't actually happen, and it was just completely insane. But it was me, and it was the first novel I ever wrote and finished. And that was amazing. I was so proud of this thing. So I saved it on my flash drive and thought I was all good. Remember that, I saved it on a flash drive. So I saved it on a flash drive and I was so proud of it. I had finally finished a book that I wrote, and it felt amazing. Since then I had participated in every Nano and Camp NaNo event since 2013, or at least I had tried. I didn't finish all of them and I didn't complete all my goals, but I tried, and that's the important thing. And every year I was thinking, I really need to get back and I need to revise and just re-edit and completely strip this thing down and build it back up. For 7 years I've been thinking, I need to redo this story. And the thing was, I kept changing all these things around in my mind because it was the story I wanted to tell, but it wasn't how I wanted to tell it. And while a lot of the things are staying the same for this story, a lot of things are changing. Originally, there were 3 points of view, and I'm changing that down now to 1 point of view. So that's a huge change, which means I'm getting rid of 2 subplots and then kind of adding other subplots in to the 1 point of view. But there's just so much changing in this project, and I'm so excited for it. But I finally realized, this is the year that I'm going to take that first draft of the thing and revise it. Now hear me out. Last summer, I got home from college after sophomore year, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to print this out. So I have it and I can finally just read through it, because I've given it at that point 6 years time to distance myself from the story. I knew things were going to change. And so I said, okay, I'm just going to go grab my flash drive. I'm going to print it out. I couldn't find my flash drive. And apparently that was the only place I had saved this story. And even though I know so many things are changing, I would still love to have that first draft just to look back on and be like, wow, all of these things changed. And I took a time in January of that year. So again, about 6 years later after I'd written the thing, I started skimming through the story, and I said, I had no idea who these people are. I don't know what is going on, because I just completely pantsed the entire thing, and I forgot that there were these certain people, and then that these things happened, and it was just all over the place. And I said, you know what? No, I am going to redo this. And I'm so upset with myself that I didn't print it out in that moment. But you know what? Things happen. It's okay. Maybe it's meant to be that I had to completely, not really start over with the idea, but completely start over. Because I have now outlined the entire thing, which is not something I do. And I have not fleshed out everything that's going to happen, but I know the points, I know how the story is going to flow, I know the overall structure. I don't know how it's going to end. I don't know what the ending scene is going to be. But that's okay. Because I feel like I'm a pantser at heart, and I just like to write and let my characters run wild with the story. But I don't know how it's going to end, and that is okay. Long story short, I wrote a thing 7 years ago. I saved it on a flash drive. I thought I had backed it up. Apparently I hadn't. I lost the flash drive. And now I am finally ready to announce that for my Camp NaNoWriMo July 2020 project, I will be writing draft 2, or draft like 1, since the very first one was a 0 draft. I will be redrafting the first ever novel that I wrote and finished. And this is the story that I've always thought, this is going to be the one that I'm going to publish first. Even when I had finished draft 2 of a different story, and that was further along in the process than this one was, I always thought that this is going to be the story that I'm going to publish first. This is going to be the first one. This is going to be the first novel that I write that my friends are going to read, that my family's going to read, that you guys are going to be able to read. And I've just been so scared of going back and changing so many things, but I am finally ready, because the way that I'm going to write this story, this is the story that I want to tell, I think. And I think this is the way I want to tell it. And I'm so excited to finally get back into this story. I cannot wait for July to start. I currently have like 2 days before July starts, and I'm so excited. And I want to bring you guys along on the journey, because in my heart, I feel like this is the first story that I will be able to publish. I'm going to try my best to vlog each week of camp this year and bring you guys along on how I write, since this is my first time actually working off a fully fledged out outline. Like, I am such a pantser. I love pantsing, but on like second and third drafts, I need an outline. I need something to stick to. And since I don't have the original story to kind of go off that, I had to completely redo everything. And that's okay. It's okay. So if you guys want to join me for my Camp NaNo adventure this year, go ahead, hit the subscribe button down below, like the video, comment, do all of that fun stuff. And I guess I should give it a name. So there was the original name, which I'm not a big fan of, but I still like. For the purposes of making videos and talking about this project, I will be calling it Project Restart. And the reason for that is because, one, I am restarting this story. I am starting back from the beginning. I'm going back to this first novel, restarting it, giving it a big reboot, and I am going to tell this story how it needs to be told. I am also calling it Project Restart because there's so many things in the book that are kind of like making characters like reset and restart and just do new things in a different way. That didn't make a lot of sense, but it did to me because I know it happens in the book. So I am super excited for this project. If you guys are participating in camp this year, please let me know what you guys are working on down in the comments below, because I would love to support you guys on your own camp adventure. Because I know when I was 13 and every camp and nano experience since then, I love having that community around me to keep each other accountable, to keep each other going. And if I can be that support for you, that would be amazing. So without further ado, let's get started on Project Restart. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, this is so exciting.